it's clear that she's supposed to play a big role in the later stories. You better be sure the first character is going to sacrifice herself is this girl right here. But as the story progresses forward, you start building a connection. Like, as a player, not as your Trailblazer character. As a player, Kafka, this character right here, becomes more and more important to you. So, Kafka, mommy of all the Trailblazers. She's from the path of nihility, and her element is lightning. As you can see in my screen, let's do a really fast recap. Her basic attack, well, it's a basic attack. I mean, there's not much there to be said. Her skill deals a lightning damage to one enemy and minor lightning damage to adjacent targets. If the attack target currently have any dot inflicted on them, the dot additionally produce one instance of damage. Twilight Thrill, the ultimate, deals minor lightning damage to all enemies with a high chance of shocking them. If the enemies are currently afflicted with dot debuffs, the dots will produce one additional instance of damage. So, here's Kafka. And why do I think she's going to die? So, at the beginning of the game, when you want to create a character, the first characters that you play as, I believe, are Kafka and Silverwolf, if I'm not mistaken and if I recall correctly. And when you want to go to the character creation, to choose male character or the female character, Kafka is the person who's there. It's like when you are opening your eyes to this world, Kafka is the first person who's watching after you, basically, and who's caring about you. Thinking about like writer's perspective, that kind of symbolizes a mother. So like it shows how much Kafka cares about you deeply. Even if you are not sure like what your relationship is to her, even if it's like really vague and you don't have like much information, you're confused, but you can understand that, yeah, this character right here, this character is kind of symbolizing a mother. Like the first person the baby sees, the first person when you open your eyes in this world that you see, and the person that is caring for you the most is a mother. So, that's first thing first. Second, throughout the game, throughout the story, spoiler warning if you haven't played the story, she is portrayed as someone who doesn't basically fear anything. Like, she cannot possibly like process the feeling of fear. So in the story, you're a Trailblazer. You are traveling cosmos with your fellow Trailblazers. And Kafka is from another group that are considered criminals in many like states. And you guys don't have like a really good relationship with each other, and like one of your seniors, which is Himeko, is like having a bit of like arguments every time like she sees her. And well, I'm not talking about the fan arts, I'm talking about the games. So hey, let's just stick to that, right? The story. She's portrayed as this character that the players are kind of conflicted about at the start, because you're not sure like how to feel about her. You're like, yeah, I kind of like this character, but at the same time, I'm not sure like if she can be trusted. So there's this feeling of like knowing that there is more to this connection than it meets the eye, but you just don't have any proof. Like every time she sees you, her tone changes, the way she talks to you.
You haven't changed a bit. I'm sorry you have to see me in such a sorry state. Concerned about me? I'm fine. I didn't talk to you on the train because I knew you and I would get to talk alone here. Worth waiting for, don't you think? You seem to have a lot to ask me.
Her demeanor changes. She's more soft. She's softer while talking to you. And like she shows that how much she actually cares about you. Also keep this in mind, every single other character in this game, at least most of them, like 80% of the characters, you may see You may have seen them in the story like maybe once or twice, and that was it. But Kafka, like you are talking to her and seeing her throughout like most of the story so far. So it's clear that she's supposed to play a big role in the later stories when we eventually maybe get to the like bigger parts of the story, or maybe even the final fights. But as the story progresses forward, you start building a connection. Like as a player, not as your Trailblazer character. As a player, Kafka, this character right here, becomes more and more important to you. And this is, I think, by design. I don't know if any of y'all played Honkai Impact 3rd, but there was a similar character in that game who had kind of the same role, which was Himeko. A spoiler warning, if you wanna play Honkai Impact 3rd, I'm about to like spoil a big part of the story of that game, so be warned. But okay, here we go. Himeko actually dies in that game. And it's this big moment in the story where she actually sacrifices herself for the person that she cares the most about, which is the main character. And she remembers the memory of her old friends, her family and old comrades. She basically gives it her all and sacrifices herself for the person that she cares the most about, which is the main character of the story of Honkai Impact 3rd. I see way too many similarities with the way they're handling this character with Himeko. Because, again, if you think about it, she's like a mother figure for the Trailblazer. If the circumstances called for it, you better be sure the first character is going to sacrifice herself is this girl right here. Because of how much she cares for you and how little she fears. And she's always like messaging you, telling that, yeah, I'm not gonna forget you, I'm not gonna forget this. It's, I don't know, it feels like a foreshadowing for maybe later, but every single thing that the developers have so far made with this character and her story is kind of hinting that instead of Himeko this time in this game, I believe Kafka is going to die. And also she's she's a part of a group and they have a leader which tells them basically what to do and what will happen. And she's kind of following like the destiny that is like written for her. So I don't think like she would have a problem. I only see two possible outcomes so far with this character, the way they've been handling her. So one is she's going to break free from her mindset that, okay, everything's been written and everything, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Elio, their leader, which tells them like what to do and what will happen, word by word. So it's either she's going to break free and choose her own destiny and go after what she wants, or she's gonna be like, yeah, this is my destiny and I'm going to sacrifice myself for you. And the second one seems more likely based on the way they're handling the character and the story so far. I hope that I'm wrong, but so far at least this is how it feels like. One thing that I think every player and everybody who's like fan of this game can agree on is that she's going to play a big role in the story. We don't know when, we don't know where, but we can say with confidence that she's going to play a big role in our story. And I hope that role is not like she meeting her demise, but again, so far the way they've been handling this character and the emotional connection that they're building with the players is very likely that this is going to be outcome of this character with all the previous points that I've made. Let me know if you agree with me or not. Let me know if my theory makes sense for you or not. And yeah, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and hit that sub button. And I'll see you guys in the next one.